Good morning, students. Uh, in today's class, we will study uh, the continuous time signal and discrete time signal. So, we will discuss continuous time signal and discrete time signal. So, earlier we have studied various classifications in which we have discussed uh, even and odd signal and periodic or periodic signals. These two classifications we have covered. So in line with that, in today's class we'll complete continuous time and discrete time. Some part of this discussion we have already covered in previous few lectures, wherein I explain you that whenever some signal varies with respect to time, let's say signal xt is varying with respect to time, let's say it is like this, then we call such signal as continuous time signal because its amplitude is continuum with respect to this time axis. At any moment of time we can have the value of amplitude of this signal x of t. But there is another category of signal wherein we have the sample values of the signal. So instead of describing signal at all intervals of time, we describe signals only at some specific intervals. Let's say for example, here this sample is present, then next sample is here. So here is the next sample like this, then here is the first sample, and again there is one more sample, again there is one more sample, again there is one more sample, so on and so forth. So this is zeroth sample, first sample, second, third, fourth and fifth. So instead of describing signals at continuous time intervals, it is described only at discrete intervals of time. So here time is discretized, not amplitude. Amplitude is continuous. Amplitude is continuous. So you can see here this amplitude is continuous. It may be 2.9, it may be 2.9 or so. Okay, this may be 1.1, something like this. So this amplitude is continuous. It is not discretized, but time is discretized. Such signals are called as discrete time signals, and we already studied that from continuous time signal we can get discrete time signals by the process called as sampling. So when we perform the sampling on the given continuous time signal, okay, and after passing the signal from this sampling through low pass filter, we get such discrete time signal. And for this sampling we choose what we can say a uniform quantizer. We prefer uniform sampling. Uniform sampling in the meaning is that the sampling rate. Uniform sampling means this time interval between two samples is same. This is called as uniform sampling. So it is preferred mostly in signals and systems. So if these fundamentals are clear, then exactly like in continuous time domain, there are also elementary signals exist in discrete domain as well. So let us discuss those elementary signals. So elementary signals in discrete in discrete domain. In discrete domain. So as in continuous time system, we have studied that there is a unit step. So same like that, here is also there is a unit. I'm sorry, my tablet is not working properly. So unit step signal. Let me rewrite it once again. Unit, yes, now it's fine. Unit step signal, but only the difference is that this unit step signal is discrete in nature. So how it looks like? So instead of continuous time, it will be something like this. So if we plot this signal, it is denoted by u of n. Instead of u of t, now we denote it by u of n. And amplitude is everywhere 1. So here amplitude is 1 at 0. Okay, then at 1 it is 1. Then at 2 it is 1. At 3 it is 1. And it is continuous. It is continuous. And this axis, now instead of time, it is denoted by n. And please note that in discrete signals, all the samples will appear only at the integer values of n. This point we have to keep in mind every time. Okay, because the value of function, value of signal at n is equal to 1.5 will not exist in signals and systems. Okay, so the signal value will exist only at intervals, integer intervals, integer number of intervals. Okay, so this is the first signal that we came across, and it is called a discrete unit step signal, and mathematically it is defined as same like continuous time domain. U of n is equal to 1 for n greater than or is equal to 0, and it is 0 for n less than 0. Okay, very simple definition of a unit step signal. So similar to this, there is another signal, elementary signal, called as unit step signal. Not unit step, we have covered unit step. This is unit ramp signal. So unit ramp. So in case of unit ramp, the nature of signal will be something like this. So versus n, it is denoted by r of n. The symbol n everywhere indicates that it's a discrete domain signal. So at n is equal to 0, sample value is 0. Okay, at n is equal to 1, it is 1. At 2, it is 2. At 3, it is 3. Why? Because the slope is 1. Okay, this amplitude is 2, this is 3, this is 1, and so on. Okay, since the slope of this ramp is 1 unit, that's why here the values of these amplitudes is 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. So this r of n is mathematically denoted like this. It is equal to n for n greater than or is equal to 0, and it is 0 for n less than 0. So if n is equal to 0, value of r of n is 0. If n is equal to 1, value of r of n is 1. If n is equal to 2, value of r of n is 2. If n is equal to 10, value of r of n is 10, so on and so forth. And for all values of n less than 0, the value of signal is 0. So this is the mathematical definition of unit ramp signal. The next signal is impulse. Defining impulse in discrete domain is very easy, and it is very simple. Only at n is equal to 0, the sample value exists. Only at n is equal to 0, the sample value exists, and everywhere its value is 0 and its value is equal to 1. Again, it is denoted by delta n in discrete domain, and it is equal to 1 for n is equal to 0, and it is equal to 0 for all other values of n except n is equal to 0. So it exists only at n is equal to 0, and this is a well-known function called as unit impulse, discrete unit impulse signal. Now we have studied the relationship between unit step, unit ramp, and so on. So relationship between various elementary signals. So this part we have already studied, but it is only for related to the continuous time signal. So we'll discuss now for discrete signal as well. Okay, so we know that u of t signal is a unit step signal. Okay, and its value is equal to 1. And r of t signal is a slope. Okay, is a slope, and this slope is having magnitude equal to 1, and that's why we call this as unit ramp. And that's why if we differentiate this ramp signal, the slope of this line will be constant, okay, and that will be equal to u of t. So this is the relationship between u of t and unit ramp signal. Vice versa, if we want to retrieve r of t in terms of u of t, then it can be received or it can be derived by taking integration u of t dt. Okay, so this is the relationship between unit step and unit ramp. Similarly, all the impulse signal varying from, let's say, if I take this time shifted impulse and if I integrate this, let's say from t is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, not t is equal to 0, k is equal to 0 up to, let's say, k is equal to infinity. Okay, if I take this integral, then this will be equivalent to unit step. Now you check here that if k is equal to 0, then this is delta t, and delta t exists only at t is equal to 0. So it's a impulse signal. Again at t minus 1, when k is equal to 1, this becomes t minus 1. So this is shifted impulse, so on and so forth. So by taking integration of all these series of impulses, what I get is a unit step signal. So this is the relationship between, so this is the first relationship between unit step and ramp, and this is the second relationship between unit step and impulse signal. Similarly, what shall be the relationship from this you can derive in between impulse and unit step? If I want to write impulse in terms of unit step, then this will be derivative, okay, dut by dt. Okay, so this gives me the unit impulse signal. Is this concept clear to everyone? If it is so, then we'll move ahead. In case of discrete domain, this is what we have studied as far as continuous time signal is concerned. For a discrete time signal, what shall be the relationship? So let's see, u of n will be u of n and delta of n. Suppose if we want to find the relationship, so this is, let's say, shifted impulse, okay, and if we sum all the shifted impulses, let's say from k is equal to 0 to, let's say, k is equal to infinity, then this becomes my unit step signal. So this is the relation. So in case of continuous time signal, there was integration, but in case of discrete signal, this is summation. Okay, so similarly, I can write delta n relation in terms of u of n as u of n minus u of n minus 1. Now how this comes, you know very well that u of n signal is something like this. This is u of n signal, this is continuous, okay, and from this if I subtract u of n minus 1 signal, so this is u of n minus 1 signal, okay, so this is u of n minus 1 signal. At 0 the sample value is not present here, it starts from 1 because it is shifted impulse, okay. So if I take the subtraction, this is my u of n signal. So if I subtract u of n minus 1 signal from u of n, I will receive only this sample which is available at this point. Okay, and here there is no sample. So 1 minus 0, I will get 1, which is nothing but impulse signal. And at all other points, at 1, 2, the value of u of n and u of n minus 1 both are 1. Therefore, taking subtraction will result into 0. So this will be equal to impulse signal. So these are the famous relationships that we have received in case of discrete unit step and unit impulse. Now it is a question that what shall be the relationship between unit step and unit ramp. So I leave this question to you. Just find out the relationship between these two signals and comment me in the comment box. Please like my videos if you like and subscribe. These likes and comments will motivate me to make more videos. Thank you very much. So we'll stop at this moment. In the next lecture, I will start with MATLAB demonstration.